outside to the press room. Please meet us there.
How'd you have it?
I had Lomachenko winning.
By a lot or a little?
Davis and Lomachenko's fight nearing these two have been exchanging words. And from what it seems, we might actually get one of the biggest fights in their division.
One potential opponent is Gervonta Davis. He's a new champion at 130. Would you want to fight him next if it came up?
I don't know. For me, he is not interesting because for what?
Now, to be honest, Elma versus Tank is a fight. We can't wait to see it. Has everyone's eyes from the sport looking at it. Just recently, Tank and Elma almost got physical at a recent face-off. This comes after Elma went on to an interview and suggested that Tank needed to face tougher opponents, saying that Tank never really faced any tough fighters. That's why he had a clean record just 2 weeks after his last fight with Frank Terms, but
Davis called you out over social media, mate. Your response to that?
One more time, please.
Tank Davis
Tank Davis called
out Loma on social media.
or he called Loma on social media. Well,
That's easy to do, right? Social media, I can call.
Davis was already gearing up for his next challenge. He knocked out Frank Martin in a fashion that has become typical for Tank. Davis's raw power and ability to deliver a knockout blow have led some to question if we will never see him rely more on his technical skills in a fight. However, Davis's trainer Kenny Ellis has strong opinions about these doubts. He firmly believes that Tank can outbox Lomachenko. Despite what critics and Lomachenko fans might say, people say Lomachenko can outbox Davis. But that's not the whole story, says Ellis. Devon can outbox him too, but that's not the plan. We're going to knock his out when you hear Lomachenko. Fans and Devon critics say the only way Devon can beat Lomachenko is by knockout. They just want Devon to prove them wrong by boxing. They don't want Devon to bring that smoke. Ellis emphasizes that Davis's ring intelligence, or ring IQ, is often underrated. He believes that Tank's ability to read his opponents and make split-second decisions in the ring is a key part of his success. Despite this, Ellis is clear that their strategy for a potential fight with Lomachenko will remain the same: knockout or nothing.
But just based off of the performances you've seen, do you think he's the real deal?
I think he is the real deal. I mean, that's why we're talking.
That's my guy. You know that. That's my guy, man. Left-handed, aggressive, ain't fucking around. He coming with it. He ain't playing no game.
This game plan has undeniably worked for Davis so far. With 28 knockouts and 30 career fights, Tank remains undefeated. Lomachenko, on the other hand, has never been knocked out in his professional career. However, it wouldn't be the first time Davis has created a first for another boxer. I said the 4th round. I told everybody, I like how you gonna say that I said 4 rounds. And it's curtains. There have been ongoing negotiations between the representatives of Lomachenko and Tank Davis. Both fighters are 3-division champions, and Davis is currently the lightweight title holder. They are looking to set up a unification bout by the end of the year, which has fans eagerly awaiting confirmation.
I called it. I said the 4th round. I told everybody, how you gonna say that? I said 4 rounds and it's curtains.
Aram mentioned that he met with Seamus L's manager at his restaurant in Southern California on the evening of the 4th of July. During this meeting, Seamus informed him that Lenko, who is 36 years old, is coming to the U.S. to discuss a potential fight with Tank Davis.
135 is hot. Gervonta Davis versus Lomachenko looks like it's heating up in negotiations. What do you think about Gervonta versus Lomachenko?
Lomachenko recently claimed the IBF lightweight belt in May by defeating former unified champion George Kambosos, a fight which left us all quite surprised, especially considering what he showed us. He won by an 11th round TKO, marking his most impressive performance in recent years. This victory has set the stage for a significant showdown with Davis, who both an undefeated record of 30-0, with 28 of those wins coming by knockout. Damage to the eye isn't enough, says. Take that to the body, and now he looks to close it, and he does. Lomachenko's a champion recently. There has been speculation about the potential fight further, fueled by an Instagram post from Davis's co-trainer Kenny Ellis. Ellis suggested that Lomachenko might step aside to allow Davis to fight the unbeaten WDC lightweight title holder Shocker Stevenson next, with Lomachenko facing the winner in 2025. However, both Aram and Top Rank executive Carl Moretti dismissed this notion. Problem right here, you won that fight. Yeah, Aram stated, let's not jump any guns, these guys make up. In response to Ellis's post, Moretti added, so some bucket carrier is saying Elma doesn't want the fight, now make it make sense. I think that the negotiations will go very well between the sides. Shocker Stevenson recently won a unanimous decision victory against Artem Haroun. This Victory was in Stevenson's final bout under his current top-ranked contract, and despite Stevenson's success, his defensive fighting style has struggled to attract a large fan base.
Of the three names I mentioned, Teofimo, Shakur, and even Lomachenko, if there is one fighter that you could pit against Davis in that super fight, who would that be?
All three, I think, would beat Davis. I really believe.
In contrast, Lomachenko, a two-time Olympic champion, has participated in numerous high-profile bouts, his title fight in his second professional bout, and major fights against world hit lists like Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney have made him a prominent figure in the boxing world. He's a hell of a performer, terrific athlete, terrific box. Meanwhile, there has been talk of a fight between top-ranked lightweight contender William Zappa and the new WBO belt holder Dennis Spinnick. Zappa's promoter Oscar De La Hoya expressed a desire to pursue a title shot for Zappa after his third-round knockout of Giovanni Cabrera on Saturday night in Ontario, California. However, Moretti called the attempt doubtful. Davis, I think, that he's Aram also has different plans for top-ranks young lightweight Keeson Davis, the 2020 U.S. silver medalist, is being pointed towards a fight with Burini. Instead, this move showcases top-ranked strategy of building up their young talents and providing them with opportunities to shine on significant stages. If you could pick a fight today, which one would it be? I'll go for the top dog, that's Tank. Davis, reflecting on the past, Aram also acknowledged that there were previous discussions about Alma versus Tank, and that it might have been more significant at that time. However, he emphasized the importance of focusing on the present and expressed confidence that the fight could be successfully arranged. Now, if Lenko ends up fighting another fighter because it's financially more lucrative for him, that's Aram said. We know that both fighters want the fight. So when that happens, the suits sit down and try to work out the economic terms and try to put it together. And I'm optimistic that they'll do that and that the fight will happen. But until it's signed, you don't know. His optimism comes from the mutual desire of both Davis and Lomachenko to face each other in the ring. When both fighters are keen on making a fight happen, it usually eases the negotiation process, as the primary hurdle is often ensuring both parties are on the same page, that it is not promoters like Top Rank addressing concerns about the involvement of different networks. Aram was quick to dismiss any potential issues. He explained, "Don't worry, the networks are cooperative. You can't blame the networks if the fight isn't made. It's the people who are involved with the fighters who are not being realistic." But I don't think that to be the case. I think the negotiations will go very well between the sides. Who are involved with the fighters who are not being realistic, but I don't think that's to be the case. I think Aram has assured us of the cooperative spirit among networks when it comes to high-profile fights like this one. The real challenge, according to Aram, lies with the representatives of the fighters and their willingness to be realistic and fair in their demands.
He's a hell of Davis. I think that
Davis was already gearing up for his next challenge. He knocked out Frank Martin in a fashion that has become typical for Tank. Davis's raw power and ability to deliver a knockout blow have led some to question if we will never see him rely more on his technical skills in a fight. However, Davis's trainer Kenny Ellis has strong opinions about these doubts. He firmly believes that Tank can outbox Lomachenko. Despite what critics and Lomachenko fans might say, people say Lomachenko can outbox Davis. But that's not the whole story, says Ellis. Devon can outbox him too, but that's not the plan. We're going to knock his out. When you hear Lomachenko, fans and Devon critics say the only way Devon can beat Lomachenko is by knockout. They just want Devon to prove them wrong by boxing. They don't want Devon to bring that smoke. Ellis emphasizes that Davis's ring intelligence, or ring IQ, is often underrated. He believes that Tank's ability to read his opponents and make split-second decisions in the ring is a key part of his success. Despite this, Ellis is clear that their strategy for a potential fight with Lomachenko will remain the same: knockout or nothing.